Businesses need businesses to succeed. To talk about that today, I'm with Tiffanie Stanard, founder and CEO of Stimulus Inc. Welcome, Tiffanie. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tiffanie, can you tell us why businesses need other businesses to succeed in today's environment?
Yes, so as you're growing your business, so whether you're a small business, large business, you need other businesses, which you call vendors and suppliers, to really help you grow your business, whether you're producing a product, a physical product, a software product, or even producing services for companies. It's really important to have those businesses really amplify your work and help you build out your work. So whether they're on your payroll as a contractor or as a vendor or supplier, it's really important for you to understand that you need those businesses to really succeed in growing your business.
Does that mean that you need to work on relationships?
Always.
Right.
Right? So whether your relationships are for the customers that you're trying to bring in, the employees that you're trying to hire, and of course your suppliers, right? They are a part of your external team. They're helping your employees do their jobs. They're helping you get your products and services to your customers. You need to build better relationships with your suppliers.
And how do you go about doing that?
So many different ways. I always say, as you're thinking of relationships and as you're thinking of expanding your network, who's in your network, right? Looking at some of your customers, do they have businesses? You already have an initial relationship with them. Could they also be suppliers of yours? Could they also be vendors of yours? So starting within your own network first, looking at businesses that maybe are owned by colleagues and your friends, could they also be vendors and suppliers of yours? Looking at your initial contacts and people that you met throughout the years that can turn into pretty great businesses that you can work from and buy from.
I know you're in the supply chain space in particular, and there's been a lot of increase in supply chain complexity,
Yes.
especially over the last few years. Can you give us some pointers about where you think that's going and how people should cope with complexity?
Yeah, so much complexity in supply chain, and now it's the conversation to have over these last few years. Prior to this, nobody wanted to talk about supply chain. They didn't understand the terminology unless you were already in supply chain, and now you understand what it means to not have toilet paper or whatever it is that you're using within your home. So unfortunately, those complexities will continue because we were already kind of in that break of something big happening. So whether it was COVID or other things, we were not understanding and having visibility into our supply chain, specifically our suppliers. We were not understanding the importance of understanding your tier ones, your tier two, your tier three suppliers. Who are they working with? Who are they buying with? All of those different things. So those complexities will increase, unfortunately. But what we can do now is really using data to help us make those decisions, looking at the suppliers in our supply chain, looking at suppliers that could be in our supply chain, and really starting to have more visibility, adopt tools. And we're hearing a lot about digital transformation across, I don't care if you're a large company or a small company, if you're buying from another business, you should have tools that you can grow into, that you can use over time, depending on how big you want to grow as a company.
It sounds like, I mean, data is great, obviously,
Yeah.
but it sounds like there's a lot of need to prioritize certain relationships or to see what business partners are more important perhaps than other business partners. Is that something that people have to think about?
It is important to understand who benefits you and who do not benefit you as a supplier. I always do a big audit with all of our customers before we put any of their information on our platform. And we do that to understand who's on your balance sheet. Why are they on the balance sheet? Do you know why they're on your balance sheet, right? They can have been on your balance sheet for the last 10 years. And it could just because you don't want to change out suppliers and you didn't really, determine if it's a product or service that's helping you save time and money. So we help them do that first. And then also look at suppliers that you may not have utilized yet, and they've been in your system for 5, 10 years and you're underutilizing them. So that's really important as well to understand all of the companies that benefit you, all of the companies that don't benefit you, so you can really focus on the relationships to grow going forward.
That's fascinating. Tell me what role technology has in building better relationships between businesses.
I feel like it has a lot to do with building better relationships with, suppliers, especially because it's really understanding that information that you initially have on a business, like starting the relationship off correctly with as much information as you can, because now a lot of the purchases are becoming digital. And it started to happen pre-COVID, but especially during COVID, where you may not have met them at a trade show. You may have found them online, maybe had a phone call, maybe had an email, a Zoom call, and you decided to buy their product or service. So we need to start normalizing that, hey, we may not actually physically meet these people in person, but there's a way to understand information about their companies, choose that company based upon data or based upon understanding if other people within our network, other relationship have utilized them and had a good experience.
So we're not just talking about Zoom here, we're talking about really being able to dig into data that's available now,
Right.
increasingly about potential business partners and existing business
Yeah.
partners. Fantastic.
So our goal is to collect up to 90 plus data points on all of our suppliers within the system. And we collect that many because it's important to have transactional and non-transactional information on suppliers. So transactional, understanding how long they've been around, what are their finances looking like, things of that nature. But non-transactional information is understanding other relationships that they may have had. How many times maybe they have contacted your company in the past to do work with you. Other colleagues they may have worked with in the past that may no longer be with your company, but they did a good job, they got a good review, but because that person left, you didn't have that initial information. Understanding their board, understanding the employees that they have, all of those things that showcase, hey, they've been in this industry for a while. They may have just started this company, but they have 20 plus years of being in this industry before they even built the product.
That's fascinating. Thank you so much. Would you like to tell us a little bit about Stimulus Inc., please?
Yes, so Stimulus Inc. is a relationship intelligence SaaS platform that combines data insights, relationship building tools, and a proprietary score to really help companies make better purchasing decisions by utilizing that data to make a quicker decision when deciding to work with a supplier, and then quickly going from sourcing to matching real time. Who within your company is buying this, who within your company is buying this in the future, to not only stream time and save time for you as the buyer, but also saving time for that vendor so they're reaching out to you at the right time.
Tiffanie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We've been talking about businesses need businesses to succeed with Tiffanie Stanard, founder and CEO of Stimulus Inc. Thank you for watching.